Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rob Snow, and I'm the President-elect of the Governing Council of Nu Alpha Theta, and I'm here to present some introductory videos for the 2023 National Convention being held at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville next summer. This next event, which I'm going to give an example of, is called Relay. Relay is a 3-student event, and the students must be one person from Theta, one person from Alpha, and one person from Mu, which is the calculus division. So you need one from each of the 3 main categories in order to participate in this event: Theta, Alpha, Mu. Another rule which you need to be aware of is that the hustle event and the relay event are at the same time, so hustle and relay students must be different. Hustle involves 4 students, relay involves 3, so of course 7 different students will represent your school in these 2 events at the National Convention. So the way relay works, Vichy, if you will show the students, the way relay works is straight lines for your school of the 3 students to start. And so we have Ganesh in the front, he is our Theta person. We have Kushi in the middle, she is our Alpha person, and we have Duncan in the back, he is the calculus person. So the event itself is 10 questions. We have 1 practice question where everyone will get their feet wet in the room, followed by 9 real questions which count for the competition itself. Each question is 6 minutes in length. Scoring is very simple. Each question has 3 parts. 1 for the Theta, 1 for the Alpha, 1 for the Mu. If any of the 3 students gets their part correct, you get 2 points. So 2 points for each part. If all 3 teammates get their question correct, then you have bonus. And the way the bonus works is, if you answer the question as a trio in 2 minutes or less, 12 points extra. If you answer it in 2 minutes or less, if you answer it in 4 minutes or less, you get 8 points. And if you answer it between 4 minutes and 6 minutes, you get 4 points of bonus. So 12 points from 0 to 2, 8 points from 2 to 4, and 4 points from 4 to 6 minutes. So of course, the faster you do it, the more bonus your team will get. Again, if any individual gets their part right, it is 2 points for each of the individual parts. If all 3 parts are answered correct, then the bonus points come into play for every question presented at relay. So, Vichy, come on down and let's show off an example of what's going to happen here. So the way relay works is, of course, I, as the head proctor, will say go, and all 3 of the students will start their question at the same time. Now, if you look at the current order that we have here, Ganesh is in the front, Kushi's in the middle, Duncan's in the back. In order for this competition to begin well for the team, Ganesh needs to answer his question as quickly as possible, because in order for Kushi to finish her question, Ganesh has an answer. So, Ganesh, you're done. Turn in your answer, pass it to Kushi. Ganesh has finished his question and has gotten an answer. Kushi then plugs his answer into her question to finish her question. So if Kushi is happy with Ganesh's answer, she will fill it into her question, she will finish her question, she will answer her question, and then she will pass her answer sheet to Duncan. Duncan will plug Kushi's answer into his question and begin work and finish his question. And if he's happy with Kushi's answer, he will do his question completely. He will get an answer for his question. And if he thinks that all 3 are good, all 3 are done, all 3 are answered completely, once he is done, he will put the paper into the air and a grader will come and collect it. Now that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a perfect world. And in relay, it's very hard to achieve success that quickly. So, Duncan, let's pass the paper back to Ganesh, and let's start an example of what typically happens. No, you stay where you are. Just pass the paper up, because we don't want to lose too much paper. So, what typically happens with Relay is a student finishes their question, gives it to the next person in line, and the next person doesn't like it. So, Ganesh, you're done. You turn your paper into Kushi. Kushi looks at it and doesn't like the answer that Ganesh gave her. So at that point, Kushi needs to make Ganesh aware that she thinks he is wrong. So what we are going to do is tap on the desk or psst, make some kind of small audible sound so that the person ahead is aware, I think you're incorrect. So Kushi, bang on the desk. Ganesh, turn around. Ganesh gets the paper back. Now at this point, of course, is where it gets frustrating for the team because Ganesh thinks he's right, but his partner, Kushi, thinks he's not. So he gets his paper back, and at this point, he needs to look over the question, make sure that his answer is 100% correct. The partner thinks it's wrong. So at this point, Ganesh needs to think of one of two things. Number one, I'm definitely correct, and you need to work with what I gave you. Or, shoot, I made a mistake somewhere. I am now fixed my mistake. I have passed the paper back to Kushi, and now Kushi can begin work again. So Ganesh, pass your paper back. You've turned it, you've done your part. Kushi looks at this new answer. She likes what she sees. She fills in that number into her question. She finishes her question, and then she passes it on to Duncan. Now, of course, Duncan may look at her number and be like, that's not correct in my opinion. So he would need to knock on the desk so that Kushi is aware to turn around, get the paper back, and try again. And again, Kushi is in that same position Ganesh was. Did I do it right for sure? And Duncan needs to work with that particular answer. Or do I need to look at everything? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I need to fix my answer. Pass it back to Duncan, either with the original answer, and that's the way it's going to go, or turn in a new answer. Again, Duncan would look at this new answer and again, make a decision. Do I like it? I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to finish it out. Or do I not like it? Knock on the desk, pass it back to Kushi. So the concern for the person in chair 2 and chair 3 of this event is the fact that they could be sitting there a long time. Because if Ganesh never finishes his question, Kushi can't finish hers, Duncan can't finish his. So it's very important for the second and third person to be relaxed and to not get frustrated by waiting. They will be able to work on their question up to a certain point. It's not like they need his number to get started. They need his number to finish. So they'll be able to start work on their question, but eventually they're going to come to a point where they need his number to plug into hers, and then Duncan needs Kushi's number to plug into his along the way. So it's very important for the team of 3 to be patient with each other because these questions are, of course, difficult, and it may take a while before the person gets it correct to pass it to the next person to plug in and continue on in their individual question. So again, we have a total of 9 questions. So questions 1, 2, and 3, we are going to have the theta person, followed by the alpha person, followed by the mu person. So question 1 is complete, question 2 is complete, question 3 is complete. Once question 3 is complete, the students are going to rotate. So students, let's rotate. Ganesh, you are going to go to the middle. Kushi, you are going to go to the back. Duncan comes directly to the front.
Kushi,
so
you're
for
going
questions
to... Kushi.
4, 5, and 6, you're in the back, Kushi. So for questions 4, 5, and 6, the mu person is now in the front, the theta person is now in the middle, and the alpha person is the student in the back. Again, when this question begins, every new question begins, the person in the front has their complete question. The second and the third person have to wait in order for the first person to turn their answer in, pass it to the second. Second person works on it, passes it to the third. So the same process is what I talked about with the first 3 questions. The person in the front controls everything. If they get an answer right away, they pass it to person number 2, who can then get to work right away to pass on to number 3. If person number 1 takes a long time, Person number 2 and 3 can work on their question, but again, at a certain point, they're going to have to wait for that answer to be given to them. So you need to have patience throughout the event, and you need to be ready to just say psst or knock, indicating person in front. You need to take it back in order to retry the question. There's no audible communication from the students. Now, psst, of course, is a noise, that's fine, but you can't be like, Duncan, Duncan. You can't say that. You have to either knock or psst in order for the passing to occur. We don't want any working together of these questions in any way. The answer sheet is the only thing being passed back and forth, not the question itself. Just the answer sheet is being passed back and forth with all these answers on it from student to student as it is turned in. So the middle 3 questions, questions 4, 5, and 6, are done where mu is first, theta is second, and alpha is the third person. Then once question 6 is complete, we go to the last 3 questions, 7, 8, 9, and at that point, Kushi would come to the front. Duncan, Ganesh, you're going to move back 1. So the alpha person is in front, the mu person is in the middle, and the theta person would now be in the back as you go. So get up, everybody move. So this movement is going to occur for every team during the event. After question 3, everybody moves. After question 6, everybody moves. And then for questions 7, 8, and 9, the alpha person starts off, passes to the mu person, passes to the theta person. So each person, of course, will be in each chair for 3 questions. So it's not all on the theta person for all 9 questions. Every team member is going to be in the opening chair for 3 of the questions and will have complete control to begin the process to pass to their partners as we proceed through the event. So again, overall themes, patience and communication. Patience and communication, because again, it's going to feel very frustrating for students who participate for the first time because they're going to be sitting there ready to finish their question, but they can't until they get a number from their teammate. So they have to be patient with the process along the way. It's the number 1 thing I can suggest. Patience and also practice. All of these questions are available on the national website, mualphatheta.org, for you to print out and use with your teams for practice of previous years of this event so that you get a feel for the type of question being asked, the format of the questions being asked, and that you can practice the overall philosophy of what you saw today with this video. If you have any questions along the way after watching this video, please email me at robsnow23@yahoo.com. And thank you very much for your time.